Lorenzo, we are going to give you a video about what's going on with your car. We're in the front. This is the right front, and what motivated us to get in here was the wheel. This hub was not tight on here, wiggling. As I mentioned to you, the wheel bearings were in bad shape, and so no, the wheel bearings were not in bad shape. They just weren't adjusted properly. But in order to get one off, we had to destroy this one because this shaft in here is all bunged up. Also, this is the seal, the axle seal. It's in a carrier, and there's also supposed to be another ring on here to seal it off, and it goes inside like this. And what happened was this stayed behind and came out of the hub, so that was another area which we are going to fix. So we're going to get the new carrier and the correct rings that go in here. Let
me show them the boogered spot on the...
Yeah, maybe you can see. I think you can see it here. That boogered spot, plus there's a dent right there that's not supposed to be there, and so this is a no bueno. So that's what caused the bearing to hang up on there and gave us a lot of fits. Steve had to manufacture a tool to get it off of there, and he did an excellent job of it. And now we're going to move to the back. In fact, tell you what, why don't you go ahead and take the camera and explain, because I got to go get his wheel cylinder.
Okay.
Take a picture of that.
Okay.
Careful, that's going to stop it if you hit the wrong button over there.
Okay. I'll have to just around here.
Yeah.
All right. So we've already removed the wheel cylinder, brake shoes, and all the assorted stuff on the brakes to get to where the axle is ready to start coming out. We have here the wheel cylinder that we pulled out, and let me get
notice
the camera.
Can you see? Okay, you got the depth of this piston right here, and notice the depth of this piston. This is where the piston's supposed to be. This one is stuck in there. You were questioning the brakes, and I said, well, they hadn't leaked on us yet. Well, the reason they hadn't leaked is because they weren't even performing. This piston is stuck inside here.
Yeah, you can also see on that piston, if you look right above the piston itself, you can see the rust ring where it's rusted in place.
Yeah, and it's got a lot of
corrosion and everything there.
And there's the rust ring, and here's the pitting. So we're going to get these sleeved in stainless steel, so there won't be any problem for another 50 years.
Right.
Anyway, so good thing you mentioned the brakes, and good thing we took a look at them.
All right, so now we're going around because this is a swing axle and it pivots. Inside the boot is a sliding joint that allows the axle to get longer and shorter as it moves up and down and goes through the geometric arc. And there is a special tool that Will has that goes in to the differential. You can see it right there. It's the shiny silver, this right here. This tool screws up into the rear axle, and it actually engages a assembly hole in the slip joint to hold it in correct alignment while you remove and install the rear axle. And when we pulled this plug out to put the tool in, a couple of the little cylindrical bearings that are part of the slip joint fell out that hole. So we're not really convinced that the slip joint's in good shape, but we're going to have to get the axle out first to find out. So that's what we're in the process of doing now, is pulling the axle so that we can check the wheel bearings and the assembly and see if we get more pieces of the slip joint that fall out. I'm going to hand the camera back to you.
Well, I'm going to take a picture.
Okay, well, you describe and I'll hold.
All right, well, this is the slip joint, and this is the special tool. It screws up inside this point right here and goes in and engages and keeps all this stuff in alignment. And these little circles, can you see the circles?
Yep.
These little circles are roller bearings that the slip joint operates on, and they're supposed to be inside the rear axle. And there's two of them that fell out of the this hole right here. and that's not good. And we don't know why that they fell out. We're going to find out though. So that's a visualization of what Steve was describing that's up inside your rear axle, the differential.
All right, I think the next thing to do now is to just go ahead and get the axle out and then go from there.
All right, thanks, Lorenzo.